my people, how una day? Thank you all for tuning in into this our channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depends on the location where you dey watch me for. From this our channel, now here we dey bring news, we dey react to videos, celebrities matter when they happen for inside Obodo Naija, and we dey bring out the con dey give una as e dey hot. So my people, I get interesting video when I want make we all watch. My people, but before we go watch just video, I beg if you dey meet us for the first time, make you not forget to subscribe, like, and help us to share the video so that make other people they see wetin dey happen. So my people, make you watch this video to the end, and at the end of the video make you leave your own thought what you think concerning this video, and me myself I go see una at the end of this video to give my own personal thoughts concerning the video. So let's watch this video together.
Nigerian diplomat who served in many countries of the world, including the United States, Togo, Ethiopia, Belgium, the Netherlands, and Namibia, just to mention a few. Thank you very much for joining us, Ambassador Keshi. Good morning. Good to have you on the morning show.
Good morning, Ruben. And, good morning, Ruben.
Well, quickly, let's have your take on the elections of February the 25th. Did the conduct of the election meet your expectations? And what is it that INEC will not do on February 25? The INEC says it will fix in less than 5 days or so to the March 11 election.
Thank you very much, Ruben. I think as the United States ambassador said, and as many almost all the international observers that were in Nigeria also have said, and most Nigerian people, the election did not meet the expected threshold or what was promised by INEC. And for me, I think the second day after the voting and the results were being uploaded, and we noticed that things started going wrong. And Jega came out, beg your pardon, Mahmoud came out, the INEC chairman began to announce the result. I think the first thing on one of your programs here in the evening was that I said, Mahmoud could have done two things. Number one, he could have tallied a while. First of all, he could have actually apologized to Nigerians and explained what was happening to the people. It was an obligation he owed us to do that. Second thing I said was that he should have tallied a while and investigate, at least do a quick investigation of what was happening and let us know. In that way, you help to, give credibility to the process. And for the length of time that it took to announce the result, I'm aware of the fact that the leaders of the world who were here as observers were urging him to slow down. We're actually trying to pressurize him to investigate some of the allegations in order to give credibility to the process. Somehow he went ahead, rushed the process through, and now he's telling us that a number of things went wrong. Look, it doesn't make sense saying it now. You should have tallied a while. In some countries, presidential election results are announced over a period of 1 or 2 weeks. The heavens won't fall if we had waited for a few, in order to give credibility to the process. And everybody will accept that the election was free and fair. But here we are, disputing the elections again, and we are about to hand over the elections to the Supreme Court. And what is so sad about it is that even those who are celebrating are not even helping matters. When everybody begins to say in a mood of celebration, go to the courts, go to the court, go to the court, you begin to wonder, what exactly do they have? They are not helping the judges in the Supreme Court when they are saying go to the court. Because the same argument they are making in your paper today, somebody wrote that the elections didn't add up. The rigging didn't add up. It's as well as just saying to me that if I steal from the pot of soup one piece of meat, it's not stealing. Come on, we should be fair with ourselves. It didn't add up because a number of things went wrong, and now we are being promised they are going to fix it. They should have fixed it before they announce the result in order to give credibility to the process.
Right, Ambassador. So the U.S. Ambassador to Nigeria, as we just quoted, as Dr. quoted, Mary Beth Leonard, has praised the PDP candidate and Labour Party candidate, Atiku and Obi, respectively, for seeking legal redress in this, for the last election. However, some other chieftains, statesmen have called on the two parties to seek peace instead and asked them to reconcile with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to working for a better Nigeria. What's your take on this? Do you think they should just see it as they've lost, let them move forward, let's move ahead and find a way to working for Nigeria, or what's the importance of them seeking legal redress?
Ayo, I think you are beginning to push the narrative that is all over the place. Look, when people, I'm in favor of what some leaders have been trying to say. Look, pursue your grievances through the process of going to court to seek for redress. That is a normal thing, and I believe the law of the land, agrees to that. The law of the land has made it obligatory that those who are aggrieved should seek redress in the court of law. That is acceptable. But it is also nice to remember all the time that those who are not prepared for peaceful change should be ready for violent reactions, because there are enough people who are aggrieved about the outcome of this, election. And so when everybody begins to say, no, don't go to court, pursue, accept what has happened, come on, if it has happened to you, you won't accept it. Look, this is a question of justice. It's a question of fairness. At the end of the day, you can't participate, you can't go to an exam and you pass, or that something, and a lecturer decides not to pass you, and then you decide you are not going to pursue your grievances because you want peace. No, everybody should be committed to peace. But stop telling people, accept defeat and go home and rest. Let those who are aggrieved go to the court, and if the court decide otherwise, that's the end of the game, and there will be peace in this land at the end of the day. And those who are shouting the sing-song of APC victorious characters, everybody shouting, go to court, go to court, go to court. For goodness sake, they are not helping. They are putting extra pressures on the judiciary itself. Because right now, you go to the streets, I'm not too sure how many people will tell you they have confidence in the Supreme Court. And you find another group of people shouting, go to court, go to court. What is it in that court that they have prepared that they are asking everybody to go to court? A Nigerian actually wrote recently in one of the, to say that if somebody steals for you, you catch a thief in your house and he says, go to the police, know that his brother is a member of the police force. So let's just calm down, allow the process to run its full course, but we should be careful the narratives we are pushing here and there. Elections have been decided by INEC. INEC itself has admitted that things didn't go on well. My grievances is that the INEC chairman was told from day one to slow down, investigate the process, see, you can repair these things, tell the Nigerian people what was going on, and then you can continue to announce the result. You rushed the result, and now you are saying to people, oh, logistics, officials, and everything went wrong, but you fix it. So unfortunate, really, that at the end of this election that was, that everybody thought would be a game changer, we are now going to end up with the Supreme Court deciding who will be Nigeria's next president.
Okay, two things. Number one is, a lot of people have argued, and I'd like to get your take on it, that the INEC chairman could actually slow things down. All the laws were in his hands to be able to do that, but he chose just to rush it so quick and quickly give the winner the certificate of return, negating even the 25% threshold in Abuja at the FCT, as it was said. That's one. Number two will be the question around the outlook by the international community. I mean, we are beginning to see all sorts. The Financial Times said Nigeria's flawed election. The consensus with the international press is that our election is flawed. What do you say about all of this? Well,
look, that is the reality, except you were not on ground in this country. That's absolutely the reality. And this is why it is so painful. Because we could have tallied a while and do the right thing. There was so much. Look, do you know the number of observers that were here to witness this election? Do you know the number of world leaders, former presidents that came to this country? They came to this country not just to observe the election, but to help give credibility to the Nigerian state at the end of the election. Regrettably, we failed everybody. We failed ourselves. We failed, the international community that was hoping. You need to be at some of these meetings to listen to some of these leaders, right, what they were saying. They were expressing openly here in Hilton their disappointment with the whole process. And for goodness sake, look, it's not just whether some people lost or some people won. At the end of the day, it is the Nigerian image and Nigeria as a country that lost. So for those who are celebrating, they should bear this in mind and tone down they have the right to celebrate, but bear in mind what others are saying. And so if the Supreme Court decides otherwise, fair and good, we accept it. That's the law of the land. But it will go down in history that this election, contrary to what was promised, did not meet the threshold. And everybody is saying the same thing. I mean, nobody from the international community has said anything different. And quite a number of Nigerians are saying, the same thing, except those who are convinced that they won. I watched a gentleman here yesterday, at one of your night programs, defending the victory. And I felt so sorry for the elected president, because the gentleman was even further making it difficult for people to accept that they won. He couldn't even intelligently defend the victory and was just creating more narratives, unintelligent narratives about the process itself. Once the process was flawed, you cannot say the election was not flawed. It's as simple as that, But as I said, everybody is saying, let's go to the Supreme Court. I just hope the Supreme Court will do the right thing. And for the Supreme Court to do the right thing, let me appeal to the judges of the Supreme Court. For their own sake, for goodness sake, for their own sake, let them allow camera into the courtroom for the first time, so that Nigerian people can follow the case itself. And at the end of the day, whatever judgment they give, Nigerians will probably go satisfied that yes, they followed the trial, they heard all the evidence, the Supreme Court judges were right. So I appeal to the courts, if they are listening to me, to the judges, allow camera into the courts for the first time so that Nigerians can listen to the evidence and be convinced that the judges, are as credible as we want them to be.
Well, Ambassador Keshia, will I be right to say that you appear to be very skeptical about our courts? Do you suspect that our courts are incapable of doing justice, particularly with regard to this February 25 presidential election? And secondly, what do you think of the lead story in this morning, saying that some people are already hustling to become president of the next assembly, the 10th National Assembly? Do you think that the rush is too early, even before the ink dried on the ballot papers of 25th of February?
Please, could you repeat your first one? I'll come back to the second one.
I said I get the impression that you are skeptical. Yeah, is it that you are skeptical that the courts will not do justice in the presidential, contest?
No. I'm not skeptical. Look, the average Nigerian on the street, it's skeptical, not Sh0cking. For me, I'm hoping that the court, the Supreme Court will do the right thing. And for their own sake, I'm saying, given what everybody is saying about the courts today, to help the judges and the Nigerian people, I'm saying, let them open up the court, let them allow cameras into the courtroom, and let it be something that Nigerians can watch. So whatever decision they take at the end of the day, it will remove whatever doubts Nigerians have, because they heard the evidence themselves, they listened to it, and they could make their own informed judgment. So, look, I can be frank with you. The Supreme Court is the last hope for all of us. So whatever they decide, there's nothing we can do. But the truth of the matter is that we sincerely hope this time around, because since 1999, every election has been decided on technicalities. So our hope is that they will decide on the facts and the law in this case. On the second issue about what the world has been saying, that is normal. You know, in your headline today, as you rightly pointed out, it's almost as if some people do not seem to understand that we need to consistently get things right. I look at everybody that is being proposed. And regrettably, when I was looking at the papers on my way here, I was just shaking my head, you know. I'm not too sure exactly what we think this country is. That is the best of the people we can put off to be president of the Senate. I have my respect for everybody in that team, but for goodness sake, I think we can do better. That is my position. We can actually do better. You know, let's stop giving the impression that certain things don't matter. Character matter, competence matter. You know, you can't begin to just look at the people that are being proposed and then you begin to say to yourself, this is right. No, it is wrong. It is time we allow certain things to happen. Look for new set of people. This country is not made for the same people only. There must be some other good characters in the House that can be president and that can be president of the Senate and that can be Speaker of the House. For goodness sake, let the members of the House try to do something better than what we are seeing in the newspapers.